I've made over 500K profit within the past year selling AI lead generation. And let me refresh this just so you know I'm not capping. So yeah, 500K within the past year selling AI lead generation. And let me show you what I mean. So essentially, we just make a bunch of these AI ads, and let me play one for you.
Attention Arizona homeowners. Did you know there's one hidden warning sign most homeowners miss that can predict a costly roof collapse? Sagging spots, cracked shingles, and subtle leaks aren't just minor annoyances. They're silent warnings of potential disaster. To help protect local families, we're introducing the exclusive 2025 roof replacement program. For only $9,997.
So essentially, we just make a bunch of these AI ads, and the process for this is really simple. We use Claude to write all of our AI copy for us, and then we use AI platforms like 11 Labs, VO3, and ArcAds to create AI ads, and then we run simple Facebook ad campaigns and generate leads for high-ticket businesses and sell these leads to these high-ticket businesses and make consistent cash each and every month. And I have more in-depth tutorials going over each step in particular, more in depth. So if you want like lessons on that and tutorials on each step in particular, go check those videos out. I'll link some of them down below so you can go check them out. But this video in particular, I just wanted to show you how I got to this point of running a 150K a month AI agency and actually making over 500K profit within the past year. Because at first I'd be so scared to actually outreach to customers and actually get started with my business. I would do anything but outreach, and I was just so scared in the beginning. And now I'm running a 7-figure agency. I want to show you how I got to this point within the past year. So it all starts with first getting over the fear of rejection and the fear of failure. Because in the beginning, you're so scared of failing. And like, I know like from the past, like I was going to school and I was like, oh yeah, I got to be perfect doing everything. But in business, you have to get over the fear of failure because you're going to fail in the beginning. You're going to suck at everything in the beginning. And I think that was the biggest hurdle I had to get over, because in school, you have to get like straight A's. You have to be on class on time. You have to do everything like in particular, or else like you'll be seen as a failure in school. And it even worked like this when I was in the corporate world, right? So I would mess up and then I would get pulled off a project. But in business, you gotta fail if you actually want to learn and actually succeed. And this means like, oh yeah, you're gonna fail your probably first 10 sales calls in the beginning because you don't really know what you're doing and you don't know what these people want. So like that's okay, but you gotta get on these sales calls so you can actually improve. And your first couple of ads that you make, even with the use of AI, are probably gonna suck, honestly, right? So you just have to get over the fear of failure and the fear of rejection in the beginning, and you'll be able to succeed that much faster if you just get on these sales calls, make more ads, do more outreach, and just get over the fear of failing, because you're not gonna be perfect in the beginning. You're not gonna like close all of your clients in the beginning. And even when you are good at sales, you're good at making ads, like you're gonna still fail. For example, like we test hundreds of ads every single month and only like 5% of them end up being really good ads. So that is like the thing in all of this is like, you just have to get over the fear of failure, because you're gonna fail a lot in business, especially as you continue to rise up. You're gonna continue to fail more and more. And especially in the beginning, like you just gotta get over that and just take action regardless. And like that was a big hurdle for me in terms of actually making this money and actually making good money with AI lead generation. So the first step is just getting over the fear of failing and then the fear of rejection, and just take action regardless, and you'll succeed that much faster. And the second thing that helped me get here was profit maxing. So only do activities that actually maximize your profit and drive profit for your business. So the biggest things that will do this are getting customers and keeping customers. So if you don't have any customers yet, do not focus on service delivery or anything like that at the beginning, because in the beginning, you need to get customers to actually make money for your business. But over time, once you have a good stack of customers, you'll want to be focusing on keeping those customers. So once you get your first couple clients, then you can focus on service delivery. But if you have no clients, you need to be focusing on getting clients. So do not focus on things like perfecting out like a perfect website, spending weeks on a logo, or doing any of that BS. I literally just have a simple landing page and a logo I made on Canva like within like 15 seconds. That stuff does not matter, but in the beginning I really did think this stuff mattered. I was like, oh yeah, I need to have the perfect logo. I need to have like a really built out website. But those things literally just distract you from making money and making profit in like your bank account, right? So you don't want to focus on any of that stuff. Like you don't even need to create like a VSL sell out in the beginning once you're selling leads to these businesses. Sure, it can help, but if it takes you a few weeks to actually do that, like just don't do that, right? So like just focus on getting clients and keeping clients. So the biggest way that you need to do this is just focus on profit maxing. So if it's not driving profit into your bank account, stop focusing on it at the beginning. Because in the beginning, the only thing you need to do is get clients and keep clients. And the third thing that actually helped me get up to this point was focusing on acquisition channels that allow you to scale that much faster. And for me, that is paid ads. Paid ads were the key from scaling from 10K all the way up to 150K a month within our agency. And yeah, you can probably do cold calling to get up to that point, but it's gonna take you that much longer unless if you have a huge team helping you actually cold call all these leads. But if you choose something like paid ads or cold email, you can scale up that much faster because you can do it at scale and do it a lot faster and book that many more meetings on your calendar. So a huge flip for me was like, stop doing all the cold DMing or cold calling because that takes a lot longer for you to scale and it's just not really worth the hassle unless you have a huge team actually helping you to do that. And in order to see success with like cold DMing or cold calling, you have to do like thousands a day. Otherwise, it's going to take so long for you to do that. And I know personally, I wouldn't be able to send 1,000 DMs a day by myself or cold call 1,000 people like in a day because that just takes up too much of my time, especially when I was working my 9 to 5. I didn't have time to do all that. So that's why you want to resort to acquisition methods like paid ads or cold email because you do it a lot better at scale and scale up that much faster. So that was a huge key in terms of me getting up to the 150K a month mark. But like without that, I would probably still be at like the 30 or 40K a month mark if I was only cold calling or only cold DMing because it takes you that much longer to do so. And the last thing that actually helped me get here was going all in on AI because I used to run a generic traditional like agency in which I would just do generic lead generation. I would hire out a bunch of UGC creators. I would film all the UGC stuff myself. I'd write all of my copy myself. And that process was a lot more expensive than going all in on AI. So now I only use AI stuff. I have AI write majority of my copy. I have AI help me make a lot of my ads. It literally does 90% of the work for you. And all you have to do is focus on getting customers and have AI do majority of the work on the back end. That's what's so great about AI lead generation is that it can do a lot of the legwork for you. And so all you need to do is just focus on getting clients. And this will also allow you to take home that much more profit. So you don't need to hire out a huge team of copywriters and you don't need to hire out a huge team of video editors because they can then easily just do all this for you. And you don't need to hire out thousands of dollars of UGC every single month. So you can literally just run this by yourself up to that 40 or 50K a month mark. And then you can hire out a team to actually help you with this, but you don't need to do that at first. You can just focus on bringing home the most profit possible because of AI. AI makes this so much easier for you, right? So those were the key things that actually helped me make over 500K profit within the past year and make a good amount of money with my agency and now being capable of running a 7-figure agency. So if you got any value out of this video, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want my direct one-on-one help in terms of starting and scaling your own AI lead generation agency, book a call below. But that is all I had for you today. So get to work and peace.